going to say probably at the end, could deny the fact that the better team won?
Oh, probably handled the conditions a little bit better, but I think our lads deserve a rap because they still tried to play, you know, and some days it might not come off, but they did try and play, and at the end we shit the ball and made a break and got a penalty off the back of that. So yeah, very pleasing and proud of the lads. You know, they fought the defensive in the first half and 15-6 penalty count as well. You know, which said its own story of how much defending we had to do. So yeah, very pleased, very proud of them.
Were you worried at any point you might run out of juice in that second half, given all that defending you had to do?
Yeah, I thought we defended very well. We defended very well last week, same penalty count last week as well. But I thought we defended our goal line very well. And well, we don't. You know, there might be one Sunday where I wake up and it's not raining. It seems to be dry all week, and then it gets to the weekend and it does that. We don't. These conditions don't suit us. We like, you know, we've had one dry game all year. We scored 46 points. So, you know, Featherstone would have been the same as well. You know, it stopped that free-flowing, you know, attack. I thought the pitch held up pretty well and they did a great job on the pitch, but it wasn't a concern, yeah, that we might run out of juice, we might run out of bodies, but they're a mentally tough group and you know, they have no fear, and I think they showed that today.
The try and the break came down that left edge. It looks really dangerous, that left-hand side of your attack.
Yeah, we've changed it about today. Bridgie come off the bench and there's John Smith to come back into that as well. You know, Danny goes well, and we played Jake Eccleston in the centre there, and Rob Masson on the wing as well. He had a good game as well. Jonah Lomu there on the wing, we were trying to get him a bit more ball, and we tried to pass to him once near the line, and we ended up passing to the touch judge. But we fixed those little things up, and like I say, it dries up. I think we've got a lot of threats in attack. Yeah,
controlled the game really well. Do you have any doubts at the end that Lewis kicked that goal for you?
He doesn't usually miss two in a row. What I was thinking about was at Oldham to come here the other week and then miss one, but no, he nailed it, and you know, he showed a cool head there, and we just had to make sure that we fielded the kick-off, and we did that, and we saw the game out.
You've had a tough start fixture-wise. You must be delighted to already have 3 wins on the board.
Yeah, we actually internally set a goal of 3 out of the first 4, and we're disappointed to lose last week. But I did think we were a bit mentally flat. Like you say, it's been a tough start, and we played Salford, and then we played Oldham, which isn't really a friendly, it's a cup game, and then we Warrington, and then we were into it. We didn't have that week off this year, what you like in between, because Championship started a week before Super League. So, you know, it's a new team as well as a lot of new lads, so they've all been revved up. They wanted to impress in the friendlies, they wanted to beat Oldham, they wanted to have a good game before Warrington, and then we're into the competition, and I just felt we give a lot in that Hull KR game, and we weren't far away against Hull KR, and I think that caught up with us last week. You know, not saying Halifax deserved to win, but this week we just freshened them up, and we come here, you know, we had nothing to lose. But I had a good feeling in the week that we performed well, and we had a couple of disruptions yesterday with the team, but you know, we showed some character and got the result.
You must be delighted with how the lads have taken to Championship, because you know they're doing really well.
Yeah, look, we're going to get better. You know, we're going to get better. As I say, I think we've got the dry track, and you know, some of the lads who played in League One last year have stepped up. The lads we brought in from other Championship clubs, you know, we're going in a good direction. We won't fall in love with ourselves. We've got a massive derby game next week, and Oldham have put the feet up today, so they're going to come at us. And we'll just take it week to week and see how we go. I know there was a bit of disappointment last week that we weren't in the top 4. We slipped out the top 4, and people were predicting us to go down. So it just shows that expectation. You know, it needs managing, and internally they're a confident group. And at half time we spoke about the hill, the famous hill, and how, you know, we were coming down it, and it wasn't a given we were going to win the game. And they spoke really well at half time, and I thought our leaders were good today.
Alan, Featherstone spurned 3 kickable penalties, and the first time you got one, you said it to take the 2. Was that a game plan before?
Oh, look, last week we probably did that at 8-6. We could have gone for 1, and that was in our thoughts. But we played away at Barrow last year in conditions like this. We played at Bradford, and this year it was snowing. So 2 away games, we had this and snow. So we just, you know, anywhere near, we take the 2, and we had one, you know, just after half time as well that we missed. So just thinking these conditions, I was surprised because I watched the Featherstone game in Swinton, and I think they might have kicked 4 or 5 penalties last week off memory. So I was surprised, but you know, that shows they had confidence that they were going to break our line, and when they didn't, that gave us confidence.
Alan, you're on the wrong end of a 15-6 penalty count now, and you've won it with the last penalty of the game. Is it one of them where you couldn't really write it?
Look, I don't know if we're an easy team to penalise. I'm not saying that our discipline's great, but you know, we don't have much support here, and you know, we're not at one of the bigger sides, and I just feel like the last 3 weeks that, you know, we've been playing, if you like, the bigger name side, that some of the 50-50s have gone their way, or the consistency, if you like, around the ruck has been against us. But you've got to override that. You've got to come to hostile environments like this, and you know, hopefully our away support will, you know, take some advice off the Featherstone support for us next week at home, and you've got to shout for everything, and that's just the nature of the beast. But I mean, I spoke, you know, I tried to speak to the rest coach in the week and didn't have any communication back, and I'll speak to him again, because you know, we don't want to be giving away that volume of penalties, because when it does dry up, if we give him 15-6, someone's going to rip us a new one, and we don't want that. So we, you know, I'll sort out the right people, and we'll try and fix our discipline.
Just want to mention the changes you made as well. Miles came in last minute. He was carrying a knock there, and he deserves big raps. And also Jack Holmes made his first start of the year.
Yeah, look, Miles was no good last week. He was fit to play today, obviously, and we had Jack Johnson on dual red, so Miles went and did some hill running yesterday, and then at 10 to 10 Tony rings me up and says that they need Jack Johnson because Matty Russell's pulled out. So the chain of knock-on effect, if you like, you know, the perils of dual red. So I rang Miles up. He's probably just got home from running up hills around Oldham, and asked him if he'd be good to go, and he says he was, but probably running up another hill for 40 minutes. You know, he was struggling a little bit second half, but what an effort off him, and that's the sort of bloke he is. And you know, he was struggling a bit, treading water a bit, but it's, you know, it's not a bad story really, and we knew he wouldn't let us down. Jack Holmes was good. I think he saved 4 or 5 tries, you know, just scrambling and getting across, and he's been really patient and being good, and it gives us some headaches, because you know, we've got Samir, Chris Riley available next week, who we rested today, or we didn't risk, so healthy headaches for the coaching staff.
Will Jack Holmes give you a few headaches now, because he's had a point to prove today? He's been left out. He was impressive obviously last season, especially to lose away, scored 2 tries, makes his first start today, and like you say, was unbelievable, like a man possessed.
He's been unlucky, and I've said that, and he's been 18th man 3 times and come and carry water, and it's difficult, you know, a mindset, and even last week some of the outside backs after the Hull KR game, you know, Jack probably could have got an opportunity then, but we stuck with him. So look, we'll review it on the film, but you know, he's gone really well today, and he's put himself in the frame. And you know, Jordan Case, who's been coming off the bench for us, I thought he had a great game today as well. And you know, it's hard to single blokes out. Look, Josh Crowley, I think it was, you know, he made that break at the end. He got through a lot of work today, you know, as did a lot of them.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.